Hello, everyone. Today, we're going to talk about a pretty fundamental opportunity. It's about how we can take our amazing collection of successful businesses and transform them into a single intelligent system, a system that actually multiplies the value of everything that we do.
And that really brings us to the core question we have to ask ourselves. We've built this complex, diverse portfolio, which is great, but is that complexity a strategic asset for us? Or is it quietly, maybe slowly, eroding value from the inside out?
The problem, if you boil it all down, is fragmentation. The daily frustrations, the missed targets, these aren't just random, isolated issues. They're actually symptoms of a bigger system where all our disconnected parts are holding back our collective power. And we see the effects of this everywhere, right? The grand vision we set at the group level kind of gets watered down by the time it reaches the business units. We have brilliant teams in different divisions solving the exact same problem, and they don't even know it. That's duplicated effort, duplicated cost. We're always talking about synergy, but let's be honest, we struggle to actually capture it. And all the while, super valuable knowledge is just locked away in spreadsheets, or even worse, it walks right out the door when an employee leaves. So the bottom line is this fragmentation, it isn't just some internal friction. It directly, and I mean directly, slows down our execution. It drives up our costs. It creates these disjointed experiences for our customers. And ultimately, it puts a hard ceiling on the value we can create as a whole company.
Okay, so how do we fix this? Well, the solution isn't just another piece of software or another one-off project. It's a real shift to a unified system. We're calling it the Modus Enterprise Transformation Platform. And it's not just a new tool, it's more like a new operating system for our entire group. So what is it really? Think of it like a single, central platform that finally connects the dots between our strategy, our operations, our data, and our people across every single part of the group. It's one single source of truth for how we transform. But what really makes this different? This is the key. This is where we unlock true system-wide value. It's all about a fundamental shift in how we see ourselves. We stop being a holding company of isolated units and start acting like one deeply interconnected system. Because the real game changer here, it isn't the technology, it's the thinking. The platform is just the enabler, the tool that lets us make this profound strategic shift in how we actually operate. So traditionally, we look at the organization as just a collection of separate business units. The Modus view, on the other hand, lets us see it for what it truly is. One single interconnected value system. Everything from customer journeys to supply chains to how our data flows. And the benefits are felt at every single level. At the group level, we finally get a unified view of transformation, which massively reduces enterprise risk. Our business units can digitize their models and drive real, tangible efficiency. And this is the big one. We can finally unlock those powerful cross-business synergies that have always felt just out of our reach. Okay, so this brings us to the path forward. We've laid out the problem, we've identified the solution. Now we have to talk about why the time to act is right now. The question of timing is always critical, I get that. So let's just tackle it head on. Why should we do this now? Well, the answer is growth, plain and simple. With every new acquisition, every time we expand into a new market, our current fragmented approach becomes a bigger and bigger liability. The risk, the cost, the complexity, they don't just grow, they multiply. So our ask today is very specific, and it's very contained. We are requesting approval for a 6 to 12-week proof of value pilot. This is not a massive multi-year commitment. It's a fast, low-risk way to prove that this new model actually works for us. I'll just leave you with this one final thought. The cost of doing nothing, it isn't zero. So the real question we have to ask isn't whether we can afford to do this, it's how much value are we leaving on the table every single day by not doing it?